Hi, I'm Marie.
And I'm Rosa.
And this is All the Planner Things. Hello and welcome back
to All the Planner Things. I'm Rosa.
And I'm Marie. And we are on episode 4. Big piece of planner news that came out right before we recorded this. September 29th update of Erin Condren.
It was a big update, and it's all the buzz in the planner community. And it states that EC will no longer have Erin Condren as their owner. Is that correct?
Yes, it says that after taking a leave of absence for the last 2 years, Erin is moving on to her next adventure and will no longer be an owner of the brand. Erin's longtime business partner of 14 years and the co-owner of EC Design will now be the sole owner. So that's
big. I mean, she's been kind of MIA for the last 2 years. Not MIA. She kind of stepped down for being CEO, I believe, after that controversy.
So yeah, if you've been listening since our first episode, we have talked about how Erin Condren planners were kind of our gateway planners into the planner community, and yet neither one of us currently shop with her.
Yeah.
And so that kind of we wanted to touch on it just very briefly. And
it's big news just because now she's stepping out. I think they're move away from that controversy maybe.
Yeah, I know in reaction to that, they did try to boost their equity, inclusion, and diversity amongst, training for the staff too, I believe, and trying to incorporate more into the overall culture and products and things like that. And so I know that they've been trying to make a lot of moves, but I've still been hesitant.
I know when they changed CEOs, it didn't make much of a difference to me. It still had her name, so I decided not to use her stuff. But I know that it's a big chatter now. Like, are we going to buy EC now? I know that among Planner Party of 3, that's the big chatter. We're talking about it. I know that we have 2 very big Hello Kitty lovers, me included in another one. Not in Planner Party 3, but another planner of ours. So they're like, can we buy EC now that, she's gone? And I'm like, you can do whatever you want. Right. I know that I am going to wait and see what this means. I don't know. But, yeah, what do you think, Marie?
Yeah, I think I'm giving it some time. As you all know, I own too many planners as it is, so I'm probably not in the market for a new one anyway for 2023. I keep wanting to buy a new Hobonichi cousin for 2023. I keep seeing pictures and I keep telling Rosa, I'm like, I want it, but I don't need it because I already have all my planners for next year already. Either I have planned purchases to come or I have them already in my hands and wanting to use them. So yeah, I think I'm going to be on the wait and see side as well.
So that's the big news, at least for us, in the planner community. Tell us what you think. Will you be buying EC now? Do you buy EC? What do you think? Let us know.
Anywho, to then segue very harshly, it is October, which means Halloween planning time, spooky season.
It's spooky season, my favorite season. I think I've said this before, and I'll never get tired of saying it's spooky season time. Woohoo.
Yeah, what do you guys do for planning Halloween? Do you have Halloween traditions? Do you have Halloween plans that you have to note in your planner? For me and my family, I think this might be the first year that we don't go trick-or-treating.
Oh.
My daughter's decided she's kind of want to take a break this year. She's 10, and I don't know if that's now getting into might be too old for this or not, or if she just wants to kind of take a year off, and we want to just stay home and watch Hocus Pocus and Hocus Pocus 2, because we have not seen the second one yet. And the first one is one of my favorite movies. So yeah, we'll be handing out candy and chilling at home, and that's pretty much our biggest plans. So what about you, Rosa? What are your Halloween plans?
There's so many. I don't even know how to fit them into my calendar. I'm trying to squeeze them all in. We have already seen Hocus Pocus 2 because that's also my favorite movie. And my son was like, let's watch it. And I was like, of course. But yes, he still likes to trick or treat, so we will be doing the trick or treating. There will be many a trick or treating. We have a trunk or treat that we're doing also earlier in the month. We're going to do a pumpkin patch because you got to do the pumpkin patch. You know, got to get those pictures. We haven't done a pumpkin patch in the last 2 years since the pandemic.
Haven't been able to.
Yeah. The one that we love, it's the one that we have gone since my son was a baby. Like, I'm one of those like basic people that have the same pictures taken of their child in the same pose. That's and then does cute. A little collage.
That's not basic, that's cute. Okay.
And so every year I make sure he poses in the same pumpkin patch and the same background, and then I put it all together. This is when he was 1. This is when he was 2. You know, he still lets me. I don't know if he's going to let me this year because now it's open again, and we're definitely going to go. I don't know how I'm going to squeeze this all in because we have school events and we have adult events. We're going out of town for a weekend, so that takes away one of the weekends. So yeah, there's lots of things to do, and I get overwhelmed because this is the start of our holiday season. Then it's Thanksgiving, then it's Christmas. So by the time this month is over, I'm going to be like, I just wish we stayed home and watched movies. But the idea excites me, and the decorations excite me. Even though you beat me on that already. You decorated already.
I decorated very minimally this year. I
have no decorations up yet. They're still in storage.
Well, I have 2 in my house that still need to go outside. And then I don't know what we're going to do inside. We're not having, in the olden before child times, we always would have a giant Halloween party. And then we kind of put those on hold while our daughter was young. And then now I think she's the age that we could bring it back. But there's too much going on this month. This is, like Rosa said, we've got school events. We've got my daughter's in a show, so that's going to take up a whole weekend. Like, there's too much going on right now. So I haven't pulled out all the interior decorations, but we bought 2 little inflatable things for the outside. Got to find time to actually put those up.
Which I think just gives more credence to the fact that we should start spooky season sooner.
Yeah.
It should be a mood. It should be all the time.
Year round.
Year round.
Maybe just never take down decorations.
Yeah.
And then you can just leave them
maybe
up.
Take them down for like Christmas. Or you could be like me and like try to put like lights on the scary decorations. So you get both.
Well, you could do like a whole Nightmare Before Christmas type of theme.
That's true. Because there's that debate. Is Nightmare Before Christmas a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie? And then there's very few people out there who actually think it's a Thanksgiving movie.
What?
Because it came out
in between the holidays?
Well, it's actually set between Thanksgiving, right? Because if you think about it, it's after Halloween, but before Christmas. It's a Thanksgiving movie.
I never would have thought of that. Wow.
Yeah. Huh. So another thing, what do you guys think? Halloween, Thanksgiving, or Christmas?
Maybe we should put up a poll.
You should totally do a poll.
So to organize all these Halloween plans, what's in your planner, or what's going to be in your planner?
Lots of Halloween themed kits, that's for sure. So I went a little crazy, and I think the shop is called Sticker Sisters. I'll link it in the show notes. And they had a sale. They must have had a sale because I had bought all of these Halloween kits a while ago, and because I hoard them, I haven't used them. So I have like this cute, basic, old school Halloween kit that I'm going to use for my monthly. I have Rocky Horror Picture Show one, so I can't wait to put that. That's another one of my favorites to watch. My child's not old enough for that yet, though. So we can't watch that. And then I also have an Addams Family one, and of course Beetlejuice. So I'm going to be using that. I hope I don't run out of weeks. And then I have a lot of washi, Halloween washi galore. I actually also probably shop another sale from Uncommon Plants. I haven't opened them, but I have like these really cute, adorable washi.
Oh my gosh, I'm just looking at them for the first time. They are so cute.
Yes, one of them, I think 2 of them are Nightmare Before Christmas. If, we haven't gotten it, that I like it. Stranger Things And then 80s.
Oh, this is Stranger Things. I'm trying to figure out what it was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, huh? And then I see the Mind Flayer. Is that what this one's called?
Yes.
No,
No.
this is the
Demigorgon?
Demigorgon, yes.
Yeah.
How did I confuse those two?
It's okay. I haven't finished watching season 4. So, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, you finished it?
I did.
Oh, okay. No spoilers.
Okay. No.
I really saw episode 1 because I have to wait for my husband, and we're on different schedules right now, so it's really hard. And then not seeing it around the child.
Yeah, definitely not around the child. And yeah, it's one that I watched with my husband too. And like, I kind of didn't watch season 3.
Oh.
I kind of like went off and on because I'm not really big into scary movies like Rosa is. I used to maybe more in my youth, but as I've gotten older, like I get spooked too easily. So I was like, because we'd have to watch it late at night after our kid went to sleep. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to have nightmares all night now. So I watched like the beginning and like the end of season 3.
Oh, well.
But I did watch every episode of season 4. So you need to catch up on that.
I do need to catch up on that. That's probably what we're going to do over the weekend, actually.
And then what's the last one?
The last one is the 80s classic.
Monsters.
Monsters or
scary
killers. Villains. It's Freddy Krueger. It's Jason, and it's Michael Myers. So, yeah, I love that. That actually is probably our theme for this year's.
For your trunk?
For my trunk and for our costumes.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. My son wants to be, actually, he's not mentioned here, but he wants to be Leatherface. That's Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Has he seen that?
No, he has not, but he knows who Leatherface is. I don't let him watch these movies, but Mom is the horror queen. Mm-hmm. You know, there's the Pumpkin King, and I'm the horror queen. I haven't, ever since I had a kid, I've kind of been squeamish with scary stuff, but I still make myself watch it. Mm-hmm. But prior to that, every horror movie out there I've watched, probably. And so he wants to be Leatherface, so I figure, what can I do around that? I'm like, maybe Dad can be Jason, or he can be Michael Myers, and I can be Freddy Krueger. Or it's in the works. Mm-hmm. I have a vision. I don't know how I'm going to execute it, but I have a vision. So that takes planning too. I don't know how. I don't know where I'm going to find the time for all this.
You need another planner.
That's a meticulous planning. Oh, maybe next time I'll get a Halloween planner.
That's right. I did show you my Halloween planner.
Mm-hmm.
Which I have to... Oh, I actually been carrying it around with me, and I forgot. I stuck it in a pocket of my final facts. Oh, no, it's getting attached to a pocket. Uh-oh.
It has a pocket.
Maybe I shouldn't have shoved it in this folder. Oh, no, it came out. Yeah. It didn't fully stick to it. It has a... like a printed skull and bats thing, and I think that accidentally got stuck to this inner pocket. Oopsies.
Oopsie.
Oh well. But yeah, now thank you for reminding me that I have this, because I have to figure out, I still need to get last minute costume stuff and try to figure out what's going on with the rest of this month. But for my planner, I am the exact opposite what Rosa has. She's got the scary washi. Well, I mean, the Nightmare Before Christmas stuff is cute. And I'm actually, the other ones are cute for being spooky. But, like, I'm not going to put, like, Freddy or Jason in my planner. That would just kind of creep me out.
I love them.
But I have a couple really super cute kits. So I have, from Shine Sticker Studio, there's some, not quite very recent, but somewhat recent Pastel Goth kit that I'm actually using this week. And then in a couple weeks, because I don't want them to be back to back, I want to alternate things in my planner. I will be using the Spooky Squad Shine Sticker Studio kit that I actually bought last year. And then I have a couple other kits that I had bought in previous years. Like I have this really cute Sweet Bean Plans, like super small kit. That has like little cartoony ghosts and bats and skulls and super cute, and it's pink and purple, like most of these are.
They are really cute.
And then I have a Creating & Co. Magic Potions kit. This is like a really big kit too. It has like all the stickers and the washi and the decor. Ooh. And
that's beautiful.
And it's all in the pinks and purples, and it has like witch hats and spell books and little black kitty. Oh, so cute.
I used to have a black cat a long time ago. Aww. My Salem.
Right.
It was Sabrina for 6 months, but that's a whole other story. We thought he was a girl, and then 6 months later, we found out it wasn't.
I like Salem. That's a good one.
But
Um,
I like that kit. It's so pretty. It's so
it is
magical.
super pretty.
It's the purple.
It's the pink and purples. I think those are my colors right now. And then to kind of go along, I did after our last recording when I talked about fall sales, I made the I don't want to call it a mistake, but I made the choice to go onto the Simply Gilded website and see what Halloween washies they had still. Some things were sold out, but oh my gosh, I've got like the cutest little ghosts, and then I've got like two different colors of like witchy paraphernalia with crystals and spell book and what else? These kind of flowers and herbs and mushrooms and stuff. And another one with cute little like hats and skulls.
Aww.
It's so cute. I will have to show all those. So I can't wait to figure out how to incorporate those.
I love and I borrowed some of your, which one? The one with the spell book? Yeah, the little brown, that one's so cute.
I already forgot what it's called, but yeah, I have like a tan neutral colored one and then a blue colored one of the
She
same
gave me a sample and I was like, yes,
I
will on my planner.
Yes, they're super pretty. Well, I mean, I love Simply Gilded washi. Like,
I do too.
It's so pretty.
I have so many and I refuse to use them because once again, hoarding.
Well, now I'm trying to like at least just go for holiday specific ones because I'm like, okay, do I really need yet another blue? It's hard.
I know. And then I have so many, but like I don't have them on hand because once again, you know, they're everywhere and they're like stashed away because I have a space issue. And so it's so hard to find them. And so I was looking through our pictures and I'm like, there's something missing here. It's the washi. I need washi. You know? I might go back and washi stuff.
You should. You can back plan and washi. Back washi.
Back
washi.
That sounds gross.
That's not. Ignore that, please, everyone. That was not cool. Wow. So yeah. So please tell us about your plans if you have anything coming up for Halloween and ideas and tips and tricks and all that good stuff.
I love Halloween.
So our second topic of the day is we did talk about how in our last episode that they had just announced Go Wild.
Yes.
So we were going to talk a little bit about our planner convention experiences, but I think we said in the last time that we've only been to one planner convention twice, but it was the same one both times. So we have a very limited experience. We understand that, and that every planner convention is a little bit different, but we want to come up with a, if we can be of any sort of help, we came up with like a top 5 tips on how to survive a planner convention.
Yes. And these are things we learned, especially after our first one, that are kind of a must, I think.
Yeah, I think it kind of is the high level overview of like, what to be prepared for.
Like if you have these 5 down, then you're okay. You have a plan.
Yes.
And as planners, we should have a plan.
Always have a plan. So number 1 is make a budget.
Definitely have a budget in hand. You got, things to include in your budget would be like, are you traveling?
Do you have to fly? Do you have to drive? Do you need gas? How do you get there, basically?
Yes. And if it's a flight, that means you need a place to stay. So will you be staying at the place that they're holding this convention? How much is that? So you need to budget that in. You have to budget how much the convention actually costs, right?
Registration fees definitely are a thing.
Yes. And then you have to think about food. What are you going to eat? If you are just going for one day, maybe you don't have to think of this, or you can take snacks or what have you. But most of these, or the ones that we've heard of, are spread around like a few days. And if they're far away, you gotta eat. You need your energy for all this planner fun. So, whether you're going to eat at the hotel, which is very expensive, as we learned.
Yes.
Or are you going to DoorDash? Are you going to Grubhub? What are you going to eat? So you must have money for food.
Another thing, so once you're there, is it's totally optional. Are you going to have swaps, or are you going to have table mate gifts? A lot of times conventions will have these large tables for you to sit at, and sometimes people make certain crafts or trade little bags of goodies. Maybe there is like a couple stickers or a roll of washi or something. Or sometimes people get very creative. They'll make bookmarks. It can be pretty much anything. And like I said, always optional, but it's nice to have in the back of your head. Is it something that you're going to want to do? And what are you going to do? And how extensive are you going to do it? And how much time will you need to have that in time for your convention?
And how much you're going to budget for that.
Right.
Honestly, swaps are a great icebreaker, especially if you're going to go at it alone.
Mm-hmm.
But even if you're not, if you're kind of like shy and introvert, like certain people here, me, it's a great way of like if you're sitting next to someone and they're just, you kind of just go, you hand them to people and that starts a conversation or they'll give you something. Actually, one of the best ones has been snacks. But we'll get to that.
Like a little treat.
Yeah,
that has something food.
Someone gave me candy, and trust me, I needed that candy. My blood sugar was down. So
sometimes, these conventions can be all day long, and you're going from session to session, depending on and it's just, you need a little pick-me-up between if you don't have time for a solid break.
So swaps don't have to be like this major, like, oh, I have to give everyone washi or I have to give everyone a whole sheet of stickers. It's people are so creative, but and it's not something that's mandatory or anything, but it's nice to think about. If you do decide to have it, plan for it, like plan your budget for it. Right. It doesn't have to be expensive, but it is an expense at some point. So good to know.
And then the last thing, actually I lied. And then the next thing is, if you do have breaks, are you going to be sightseeing in the neighborhood? Like, Go Wild is in Washington, D.C. If you have a couple hours, are you going to go visit a museum? Which most of them don't have a entrance fee these days, but some things do. Or, so maybe take a look at what you'd want to do and budget for any of those kind of expenses.
Yeah. So,
the last one, sorry. Are there vendor shops at your convention? Not every convention has vendors, so you'll want to know if the one you're going to does. And if so, that is where my budget primarily went into, because I did spend a lot of money at our last planner convention. It was all these shops, and it was great to meet shop owners and see things in person instead of on the screen. So yeah, definitely make sure you're going to budget for that if it's something available.
Yeah, like Marie says, I think that was the majority, besides, of course, flight and hotel. Like the next big portion of my budget was, how much am I going to spend? I like to budget, so I can say this is how much I'm going to budget for it, and I'm not going to go over it. Some other people, like, this is how much I want to take, and if I go over it, it's okay. But at least you have an idea. It's good to know if there's vendors, and you can kind of plan it out. I really want this. I make sure I budget it in there. So I think it's helpful. Very helpful.
I think, and some places, like I believe, and totally correct me, everyone, if you know this, but I believe Go Wild doesn't have vendors, but they might have like a pop-up shop or two for certain big companies. I'm not sure,
but in past ones and on the internet, I have seen that they have mentioned pop-up. Like I know. I don't remember which ones. I think EC might have been one of them. I think Mileliners was another one at one point. I might be wrong. I just see things, but they do have sporadic and like very few pop-up shops. So you might want to plan for those too. Like I said, find out if there's vendors, because you want to budget for that.
So tip number 2, pack light. Because, regardless if you're going to be driving or flying, you don't want to carry everything. I mean, we all have a lot of planner accessories and products and things. And I think our first convention trip, we brought everything.
We brought everything we owned. Well, maybe not everything.
Maybe not everything, but we brought a lot, because we're like, oh my gosh, we're going to be planner people. Here's all our planner stuff. We're going to be planning. And no, there's really not that much time for that. So
I didn't open my planner. Except to get it signed, I think.
I think I had like the different things that I was going to in my planner, but I don't think I really looked at it. And besides, because people, generally will have swaps or gifts or things, or you'll get things. There'll be a swag bag, I'm sure, at every planner convention pretty much that you go to. The tongue twister. So you will be getting lots of stuff. So we suggest kind of pack minimally
Yes.
For that sort of stuff.
Of course, bring your planner, because
yes.
you got to have your planner and show it off at least.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe a pen or two, maybe a couple of stickers. But yeah, not only are you going to get lots of stuff from other people, you know, I know our planners had like not a designated planner session type of thing, but there were people that sat around and planned.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have that time. We kind of took advantage of the workshops. But like I said, if you're sitting around with other people planning, they're going to give you stuff, or you want to use the planner stuff, you know, things that say the convention name. And then that gives you room in your luggage for stuff to buy. So if there is
vendor
shops, then you have all that space to fill it up, and then you have all that space for your swag bags mm-hmm. and your swaps and all of that. So,
and if you go out and shop in the neighborhood or whatever too,
then you have room for, you know.
I am very much a person who buys lots of souvenirs.
Yes, you'll have room for souvenirs. So light is the way to go, mm-hmm. in my opinion.
Definitely. So number 3, bring water and snacks.
Yes. Bring water and snacks. That was, I think, our first convention. I was hungry because there was no time between, or even if there was time, everyone was trying to eat at the hotel.
Yeah, and so the wait lines were super long.
And so, like, you didn't have time because then there was an event, and you had to be in this planner convention had a certain thing where you had to be in the room in order to get that swag. So, mm-hmm. you know, if you missed it, you missed it. So we didn't want to miss it. And so we didn't go. So if we would have bought like at least, you know, granola bars, have a water bottle, mm-hmm. that will be your savior. Like I said, the best swap someone gave me was like a little bag of chocolates. Woo! One of the best chocolates I ever had in my life because I was hungry.
And of course, if your convention has rules about bringing outside food and drink, you know, please listen to them. But generally, I think people are at least happy to allow you to bring your own water in and stay hydrated, because these can be long days.
Hydration is key. Mm-hmm. And I'll add a little tidbit to that. Also bring a sweater. Yes,
because air conditioning in some of these rooms can be so cold.
Yes, because you will get cold. Even me, I don't get cold often anymore, but, you know, they get cold. You got to ice it up a little bit. So it's nice to have a little light sweater with you just in case.
Yeah. So tip number 4, either bring friends or make friends when you get there.
This is about making connections and enjoying our planner community. Mm-hmm. You know, like getting to know them besides being on the Instagram. Oh my God, I sound so old. I swear I'm not that old. But on Instagram and the Facebook group.
You just called it the Facebook.
The Facebook. I don't know what's wrong with me today. It's the everything. The TikTok. Okay, no. I don't know if there's any planners on TikTok because I'm not on there. But yes, like it's great to meet all your virtual friends in real life. It's always mm-hmm. fun. And if you bring friends, it's great too, because then you have someone to talk to, someone, you know, your buddy, your comfort, like I have with Marie. I hide behind her.
It helps when you're shyer to have somebody to go into some place with. But it is always nice, though, to make new friends, too. And even if you go with your buddies, you can sit at a table with, you know, future friends that you make while you're there.
Because if you come with friends, you can spread yourself. Mm-hmm. And then you can meet other people. Or if you have other workshops, then you can swap with them.
Yeah, and then everyone can report back at what they learned or got.
Yeah. So there's like a mini swap within the convention. Yeah.
We, on our second convention, we ended up having, 4 of us in our group?
Yes.
So we like spread out all of the things that we got by the end of the day on one of the beds, and there was just so much. But it was great, because then you could see what you really wanted, what somebody else maybe wanted, and, you know, if there's a de-stash table. Oh. That was one of the most amazing things.
Yes.
If there were stickers that you didn't want anymore, but you think somebody else could enjoy, and then if you're somebody who's looking for stickers and you just go and you don't know what you're looking at, or what you're looking for, I mean, you never know what you could find. So.
Yes, I love that. I got so much from that de-stash, and I gave so much too.
Yeah, I did too.
And it was great. I think I had to help one of us pack because they didn't know how to fit everything in there because
somebody got stuck at the airport trying to close their suitcase. It wasn't fitting on the carry-on size and had to rearrange. I think that was you.
No, I helped.
You?
No,
oh, okay.
I helped.
Never mind. Sorry, I take it back completely. It was one of our other friends.
Yeah, I actually helped her pack, and then I took some of her stuff and put it in my stuff.
That's right. That's right. I saw you.
I've gotten really good at packing.
I saw you messing around in your bag, and I just couldn't remember. I went through because I always bring giant suitcases and things, and I'm just like, I know I'm going to be going home with a lot of stuff.
Just a little side note, anytime you're traveling, if you're just using a carry-on or anything, the best way for maximum capacity, roll. Mm-hmm. Roll your clothes, y'all. Roll.
Oh, yeah. So then our last tip is research the area that you're going to. Because as Rosa said earlier, hotel food is expensive. So if you can look around at local restaurants in the area, probably save you a little money, get to support the local economy.
Taste good food.
Taste good food. And it's probably going to be a shorter wait. Like the first year we went to our convention, we never left the hotel. We learned a lot that first year. The second year, we looked on Yelp and saw that like right across the street was this awesome, was it a sushi? No.
Yeah, it was sushi.
Yeah, sushi, yeah. And it was really good. And it was like literally across the street. And it's like, how did we not even realize that was right there?
Yeah.
So that was fun. And then also like sometimes there'll be like a bus or a trolley or something to like a different area for shopping. Like we went to San Francisco was our last convention, and so they were having like little trolley trips to Chinatown to go to their stationery store shops and things like that. People were going to, and we didn't do that part, but but we spent enough justice at the convention in the vendor shop area. But yeah, is there something in the neighborhood of your convention that you want to check out if you're there? If it's not like a local to you normal place, maybe it's something you want to venture out slightly away from the hotel.
Like, go wild. This next year is going to be in Washington, D.C. There's so much to see there. Yes. I mean, I don't know if you'll have time, but if you might want to carve a little time out to actually see, especially if you've never been.
Right.
See some of those.
Some people like to come in a day earlier or stay a day or two later. There's
things to sightsee.
A lot.
Yeah. And the best thing is to plan it out. So do a little research. And so those were our top 5 tips on how to survive a planner convention. Let us know what you guys think. Give us your tips and tricks. I know there's a lot of people out there who have done this way longer than we have and gone to different conventions. What would you add to the list?
Yeah, let us know. We'd love to hear, and I'm sure everybody else would love to hear too. Put it down in our comments or on our Instagram at All the Planner Things Podcast.
Yes, or you can send us a voice. If you're listening to us on Spotify, you can send us a voice message. It gives you an option on how to do that. But yeah, like we're always on our Instagram. Comment there or DM us. We got you covered. We'll see it.
All right, I guess that brings us to the end of our episode.
All right, thank you for listening. We're on our 4th episode, and we've gotten really good reception. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, until next time.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.